There are places in this world that defy time, places where history lingers like a ghost, whispering secrets to those who dare to listen. This is the story of one such place, a grand hotel built for the wealthy, standing on the precipice of unimaginable horror. Welcome to Hotel Del Salto, where beauty and tragedy are forever entwined. Once a symbol of luxury and opulence, this French-style mansion became something far more sinister and magnet for despair, known grimly as the Suicide Hotel. But the darkness here stretches far beyond its walls. The land itself carries a burden, a curse whispered through generations. Long before the hotel was built, indigenous warriors leaped from these cliffs, choosing death over enslavement. They believed the falls would transform them into eagles, granting them freedom in the afterlife. But what if their spirits never left? Some say the restless dead still roam the abandoned halls, that the Muisca's tragic fate cursed this place, weaving a history of suicide, murder, and paranormal terror. And yet, there's another side to the story, one of redemption, of an attempt to reclaim the past and heal the wounds of time. This is the haunted legacy of Hotel Del Salto. In the early 20th century, Colombia was changing. The rich, enchanted by European elegance, sought to bring a taste of France to South America. And so, in 1923, the visionary architect Carlos Arturo Tapias designed a mansion unlike any other perched on the cliffs of Tequendama Falls. It would become a luxurious retreat for the elite. They called the Hotel Del Salto Hotel de Leap here. The wealthy danced under golden chandeliers, sipped champagne on balconies overlooking the cascade, and lost themselves in a world of indulgence. It was paradise, at least for a time. But something was wrong. Perhaps it was the land itself, the weight of an ancient sorrow pressing against the walls. Or maybe, just maybe, the spirits of the past were watching. As the years passed, the whispers began. First, it was the suicides, then the disappearances, and then the hauntings. Long before Hotel Del Salto was ever conceived, the land held a tragic story of its own. This was the sacred ground of the Muisca people, an indigenous civilization that thrived in the highlands of Colombia. But their peace was shattered when the Spanish conquistadors arrived in the 16th century. Faced with enslavement, torture, and the destruction of their way of life, the Muisca made a desperate decision. Rather than surrender, they leaped from the cliffs, choosing death over a life in chains. But according to legend, the gods took pity on them. Instead of falling to their deaths, they were transformed into eagles, soaring into sky free forever. Their spirits, however, were said to remain, tied to the mist, the cliffs, and the thundering roar of the water. Some believe that the land itself is cursed, that those who come too close are doomed to be swallowed by the spirits of the past. And then, centuries later, the hotel was built, and the deaths began again. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. The wealthy still visited, marveling at the breathtaking view of Tequendama Falls. But then, the hotel became known for something much darker. Guests began vanishing. Bodies were found at the base of the waterfall. Locals whispered that guests were leaping to their deaths. At first, authorities dismissed it as mere coincidence, but the numbers kept rising. Some said it was the spirits of Muisca, claiming new souls for the afterlife. Others believed the hotel was simply cursed. By the 1990s, Hotel Del Salto could no longer escape its haunted reputation. Guests stopped coming. The once lavish hallways fell silent. And in 1990, the hotel was abandoned. For years, it stood in eerie decay, windows shattered, furniture covered in dust, whispers echoing through the empty corridors. After its closure, paranormal investigators flocked to Hotel Del Salto. They reported strange noises, footsteps in empty hallways, flickering lights, whispers when no one was there. Some claimed to see apparitions, figures standing by the windows, watching. Others felt an overwhelming sense of dread, as if something didn't want them there. One investigator even reported seeing wet footprints leading to the balcony, as if someone had just walked in from a waterfall deep in the heart of Colombia, where the mist clings to the Andean foothills and the air grows thick with stories of the past, stands a structure that has defied time and reality. Castillo Marroquin, a stunning yet eerily silent mansion, holds within its walls more than just echoes of the past. It is a place where history and legend intertwine, where whispers of the unknown have found refuge, and where those who dare to explore it might find themselves questioning what is real and what is merely an illusion of the night. Built in the early 20th century, Castillo Marroquin was commissioned by politician and military leader José Manuel Marroquin, a man whose life was deeply intertwined with the turbulent history of Colombia. Originally intended as a grand retreat, a symbol of wealth and power, the castle now stands as a monument to forgotten dreams and spectral presences. Its French-inspired architecture, with high towers and intricate designs, was meant to radiate elegance and sophistication. But today, it is not the beauty that draws people to its gates, it is the chilling sensation that lingers in its corridors, the inexplicable sounds that drift through its halls, and the stories of those who claim to have encountered something beyond the realm of the living. The castle's past is woven with tales of political turmoil, personal tragedy, and the dark forces that are said to have taken hold of its very foundations. Some say that Castillo Marroquin is cursed, that from the very moment it was built, it was destined to be more than just a home. Rumors speak of a secret, a pact, or perhaps an event so sinister that its energy still pulsates within the walls. Was it merely a retreat for Colombia's elite, or was it something more, a place where power and the supernatural converged? Visitors have reported chilling encounters, inexplicable cold spots, and shadows moving where no light should cast them. The sensation of being watched is ever present, as though unseen eyes are lurking just beyond the threshold of perception. Some claim to hear footsteps in empty halls, doors creaking open without cause, and whispers in the dead of night that seem to echo from the depths of time. Ghostly figures, dressed in period clothing, have been sighted drifting through the grand halls before fading into the darkness. One of the most haunting tales speaks of a woman in white, a spectral figure that roams the castle grounds, her form translucent under the moonlight. Some say she was a woman betrayed, abandoned within these walls, her sorrow so profound that even death could not free her. Others believe she was a guest, caught in the violent upheavals of history, her fate sealed within the very stones of the mansion. To this day, those who have seen her describe the overwhelming sadness in her eyes, a presence that lingers long after she disappears into the night. The castle has also been linked to mysterious disappearances. Over the years, workers and caretakers have vanished without a trace, leaving behind only scattered belongings and unanswered questions. Some speculate that these individuals were simply victims of misfortune, while others whisper something far more sinister, an unseen force that calls the lost into its depths, never to return. Beyond the hauntings, there are darker rumors still. Some believe that secret rituals once took place within the castle, that hidden rooms and underground passages tell a story of forbidden knowledge. Were these gatherings mere speculation, or did something truly unholy take root within these walls? The eerie symbols that have been discovered carved into the stone suggest that at least some part of this legend may hold truth. Whether these markings were remnants of a long-forgotten belief system, or simply the work of those fascinated by the macabre, their presence only adds to the castle's air of mystery. The location of Castillo Marroquin itself adds another layer to its enigma. Situated near Bogota, in a region known for its deep historical and spiritual significance, the castle is surrounded by legends that predate even its construction. The land upon which it stands was once home to ancient indigenous peoples who believed in the powerful spirits of the earth. Some say the castle was built on sacred ground, disturbing energies that were never meant to be awakened. Could this be the reason for the restless spirits said to inhabit its halls? Despite its reputation, Castillo Marroquin continues to attract visitors, drawn by its haunting allure and historical significance. Some come searching for ghosts, hoping to capture a glimpse of the unknown. Others seek to unravel its mysteries, to separate fact from fiction. Yet, no one leaves unchanged. The weight of history, the whispers of the past, and the shadows that move just beyond the edge of vision ensure that Castillo Marroquin leaves an indelible mark on all who step. Within its walls, Hotel Del Salto stood as a monument to tragedy. But in 2013, something changed. A group of conservationists saw the building not as a haunted ruin, but as a piece of history worth preserving. The hotel was transformed into the Tequendama Falls Museum of Biodiversity and Culture, dedicated to preserving both the land and its stories. Today, visitors can walk its halls once more, learning about the history of the Muisca, the land, and the eerie events that shaped its legacy. But even with this transformation, one question remains. Is the curse truly broken, or do the spirits of the past still linger? The sun sets beyond the Andean mountains, casting long shadows over the castle's stone facade. And Hotel's luxe walls, one cannot help but wonder, are the stories merely fabrications of an overactive imagination, or is there something more lurking within these walls? Is Castillo Marroquin merely a relic of a bygone era, or does it hold secrets that defy explanation? Perhaps some mysteries are not meant to be solved. Perhaps the echoes of the past will continue to drift through the halls, whispering their tales to those who dare to listen. And perhaps, just perhaps, the spirits of Hotel Del Salto are still waiting for someone to uncover the truth. But be warned, those who seek answers may find more than they bargained for, because in Castillo Marroquin, the past is never truly dead, and the night is never truly silent.